On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Ethnography.
The study of social groups and cultures, often conducted through observation, interviews, and analysis of primary sources, a written account of such a study.
Examples:
Ethnography research. Ethnography methods. The book is a rich and detailed ethnography of the cultural practices of a group of people.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Jaguar.
A large animal of the cat family that has a yellowish-brown coat with black spots, mainly found in parts of Central and South America.
Examples:
A wild jaguar. A female jaguar. Humans have developed the jaguar's habitat over several decades.
Shaman.
A person who is regarded as having access to the spirit world and who typically acts as a healer or intermediary between spirits and humans in certain cultures and traditions.
Examples:
Shaman's wisdom. The tribe's shaman. The village shaman performed a healing ritual for the ailing elder.
Resonate.
To be filled with a deep echoing sound.
Examples:
Deeply resonate with the consumers. Resonate in the same frequency. The sound resonates well in this theater.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples:
Social anthropology. Anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Lineage.
The ancestry of a person, group, or species.
Examples:
Maternal lineage. Lineage tree. Scientists traced the lineage of the species back millions of years by studying fossils.
Rite.
A formal or ceremonial act or set of acts performed in a traditional or prescribed way, a religious or spiritual ceremony or practice.
Examples:
Perform the rite. Rite of passage into adulthood. The bishop performed the rite of consecration for the new church.
Inexorable.
Describing a process or situation that is impossible to stop, prevent, or change, relentless, unyielding, or unstoppable in force or effect.
Examples:
Inexorable decline. Inexorable force. His inexorable determination to succeed made him a force to be reckoned with.
Cadence.
The rhythmic flow or pattern of sounds or words, especially in relation to music or speech, the rhythmic or periodic movement or progression of something.
Examples:
Cadence of footsteps. Regular cadence. The singer's voice had a beautiful cadence, and I couldn't help but sway to the rhythm.
Voodoo.
A religion or set of spiritual beliefs and practices that originated in West Africa and the Caribbean, characterized by the worship of spirits, ritual dance, and the use of talismans and charms, also used to describe something mysterious, inexplicable, or magical.
Examples:
Voodoo curse. Voodoo doll. Some people believe in the power of voodoo to heal or harm others.
Acolyte.
An assistant or follower who performs minor tasks or assists a person of higher status, often in religious or ceremonial contexts. A devoted supporter or disciple.
Examples:
Devoted acolyte. Loyal acolyte. The leader's speech resonated well with his acolyte group, who echoed his sentiments.
Andean.
Relating to or characteristic of the Andes mountain range, which spans several South American countries, such as Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador.
Examples:
Andean region. Andean culture. We embarked on an Andean adventure, exploring the breathtaking landscapes of the South American mountains.
Caravanserai.
A type of inn or lodging house, historically found along trade routes in the Middle East and Central Asia, used as a place for travelers to rest and trade goods.
Examples:
The architecture of the caravanserai. The ruins of the old caravanserai. The Grand Caravanserai symbolized wealth and power for the ruling dynasty.
Incidentally.
By the way, as an aside or in passing.
Examples:
Incidentally discovered. Incidentally mentioned. Incidentally, I know the answer to that question.
Yak.
To talk at length, often without a particular purpose or direction. Noun, a long-haired bovine mammal native to Central Asia that is often domesticated and used for its meat, milk, and wool.
Examples:
Domestic yak. Sit and yak about life. The friends met at the local pub every Friday to yak about their week.
Herder.
A person who takes care of and manages a herd of livestock, such as cows, sheep, or goats.
Examples:
Cattle herder. Semi-nomadic herders. The sheep herder led his flock through the hills, keeping a watchful eye on them at all times.
Orient.
To position or adjust someone or something for a particular purpose. Noun, the countries of Asia.
Examples:
Orient my thinking. The exotic flavor of the Orient. She took a moment to orient herself in the unfamiliar city.
Envelope.
To surround and cover completely, to encase.
Examples:
Envelop the whole world. Envelop her in a bear hug. The fog enveloped the city, making it difficult to see.
Well-being.
The state of being happy and healthy and prosperous.
Examples:
The well-being of a nation. A sense of well-being. We are responsible for the care and well-being of all our employees.
Biosphere.
The part of the earth and its atmosphere in which living organisms exist, including plants, animals, and microorganisms.
Examples:
Terrestrial biosphere. Artificial biosphere. The balance of the biosphere is crucial for the survival of species.
Ethnology.
An academic field that compares and analyzes the characteristics of different peoples and the relationships between them.
Examples:
Regional ethnology. Museum of Ethnology. Recently, some anthropologists conducted an interesting comparative study in ethnology.
Intuition.
The ability to understand or know something without reasoning or evidence, a feeling that guides a person to do or believe something without fully understanding why.
Examples:
Creative intuition. Intuition research. Some studies suggest that people's intuitions can be influenced by their experiences and biases.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Inquisitive.
Having the desire to inquire, investigate, or learn.
Examples:
Inquisitive mind. Inquisitive personality. The inquisitive child always asked questions and wanted to know more.
Erode.
To gradually wear away or break down rock, soil, or other material through the action of wind, water, or other natural agents, to gradually weaken or undermine something over time.
Examples:
Erode coast. Erode trust. The ongoing budget cuts have eroded the quality of education in many schools.
Brink.
The point at which something is about to happen, the edge of a steep place.
Examples:
Brink of war. On the brink. We were on the brink of a financial crisis.
Apocalyptic.
Describing severe damage and destruction in past or future events, or the end of the world.
Examples:
Apocalyptic event. Have apocalyptic overtones. The apocalyptic landscape of burnt-out villages and bombed-out ruins spread out before them.
Scarcely.
Hardly or almost not, only just.
Examples:
Scarcely readable. Scarcely any interest in public. We scarcely ever used AEDs.
Whisper.
To speak very quietly to somebody using the breath rather than the voice so that only those close to you can hear you.
Examples:
Answer in a whisper. The whisper of the leaves. He took me aside and whispered in my ear.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Dreadful.
Very bad, unpleasant, or causing fear.
Examples:
Dreadful accident. Dreadful news. The conditions of the prison were dreadful and inhumane.
Plight.
A difficult or unfortunate situation.
Examples:
Miserable plight. The plight of the poor. The government has ignored the plight of the homeless population.
Syllable.
A single unit of spoken language, more significant than a phoneme containing a vowel sound and usually one or more consonants.
Examples:
Syllable structure. Single syllable. Emphasize the second syllable when pronouncing it.
Cantonese.
A dialect of Chinese spoken in and around the city of Guangzhou, Canton, in southern China, as well as by many overseas Chinese communities.
Examples:
Cantonese-style roast duck. Cantonese dialect. She took Cantonese classes to communicate better with her Chinese colleagues.
Anaconda.
A large non-venomous snake found in South America, known for its impressive size and ability to constrict its prey.
Examples:
Anaconda habitat. Giant anaconda. We encountered an enormous anaconda while exploring the Amazon rainforest.
Equate.
To consider or describe one thing as similar, equal, or analogous.
Examples:
Equate mistakes with failure. Equate to legal responsibility. It isn't very reasonable to equate money with happiness.
Exogamy.
The custom or practice of marrying outside of one's own social, cultural, or ethnic group, the requirement or preference for individuals to marry someone from a different lineage or community.
Examples:
Cultural exogamy. Linguistic exogamy. The tribe's practice of exogamy ensured genetic diversity within the population.
Intermarriage.
The act or practice of marrying someone from a different racial, ethnic, social, or religious group, the union or marriage between individuals from different backgrounds or communities.
Examples:
Intermarriage taboos. Economic intermarriage. Historians believe that intermarriage practices played a significant role in fostering peace between rival clans.
Glossy.
Having a smooth, shiny surface or finish, characterized by an attractive, polished appearance, often used to describe photographs or printed materials with a high-quality finish.
Examples:
Glossy lipstick. Glossy photograph. The magazine cover had a glossy finish, making the images shine.
Rainforest.
A forest rich in biodiversity that is generally found in tropical settings with heavy annual rainfall.
Examples:
Rainforest destruction. Tropical rainforest. The destruction of the rainforest is a ticking time bomb for the Earth.
Spear.
A weapon with a long shaft and a sharp metal point used for battle, hunting, and fishing in the past.
Examples:
Hunting spear. Sharp-pointed spear. Ancient people made spears with wood entirely.
Outsider.
A person who is not part of a particular group, community, or society, someone who is considered to be on the periphery or outside of established social circles.
Examples:
Outsider perspective. Outsider artist. Living in a foreign country can make you feel like an outsider at times.
Perspicacious.
Having a keen insight or understanding, mentally sharp, perceptive, characterized by the ability to discern and understand things clearly.
Examples:
Perspicacious viewpoint. Perspicacious analysis. Her perspicacious observations helped solve the complex problem.
Infiltrate.
To enter or penetrate a group, organization, or place covertly or secretly, usually with a specific purpose or goal in mind. To spread or diffuse through something gradually or subtly.
Examples:
Infiltrate the bloodstream. Infiltrate a community. The spy was able to infiltrate the enemy's headquarters undetected.
Metaphysics.
The branch of philosophy that deals with the fundamental nature and the first principles of reality, including abstract concepts such as being, knowing, identity, time, and space.
Examples:
Metaphysics study. The nature of metaphysics. Kant's thoughts provided the foundational ideas for treating metaphysics as a discipline.
Worldview.
A particular philosophy or cognitive orientation of life or conception of the world.
Examples:
Mainstream worldview. The worldview of the ancient civilization. The war between the two countries was also a battle between competing worldviews.
Sub-Saharan.
Of or relating to or situated in the area south of the Sahara Desert.
Examples:
Sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan countries. The coffee producers in sub-Saharan countries are at the sharp end of fluctuations in price.
Distillation.
The process of purifying or separating components from a liquid mixture by heating and cooling, typically by using a distillation apparatus, the concentration or essence of something.
Examples:
Steam distillation. Alcohol distillation. The process of distillation is used to purify water and other substances.
Diaspora.
The scattering of a people who have left their traditional homeland.
Examples:
Diaspora migration. Diaspora community. The diaspora of the Jewish people has led to a worldwide community.
Momentary.
Lasting for only a brief moment or an extremely short period of time, occurring momentarily.
Examples:
Momentary pause. Momentary distraction. The momentary lapse in concentration caused her to miss the crucial shot.
Displace.
To force someone or something to leave their home or place of origin, especially as a result of conflict, natural disaster, or manipulation.
Examples:
Displace workers. Displace the explosive power. The construction of the new dam will displace hundreds of families living downstream.
Trance.
A state of altered consciousness in which a person may seem to be asleep or unconscious but, in reality, is highly responsive to suggestion, a state of being deeply absorbed in thought or feeling, often characterized by a heightened awareness of one's surroundings and emotions.
Examples:
Trance state. Meditative trance. The rhythmic beat of the drums kept the audience in a trance.
Ember.
A small piece of smoking wood or coal that remains after a fire has died out, a spark or glowing fragment that remains after something has been consumed or destroyed.
Examples:
Smoldering ember. Red-hot ember. The warm ember from the fireplace glowed brightly.
Impunity.
Exemption or freedom from punishment or harm, a state of being immune to negative consequences or legal accountability.
Examples:
Act with impunity. Enjoy impunity. The criminal was able to escape with impunity, despite committing multiple offenses.
Excitation.
The state of being excited or stimulated, the process of producing an excited or stimulated state in something.
Examples:
The crowd's excitation. Neuronal excitation. The excitation energy of the electron determines the wavelength of light emitted during fluorescence.
Descendant.
Children or offspring of a specific person, plant, or animal.
Examples:
Descendant of a pioneer. Third generation descendant. Those warriors' descendants are still skilled archers.
Conquest.
The act or process of taking control of a country, area, or situation.
Examples:
Imperial conquest. Make a conquest. He continued to grow his empire through conquest.
Soar.
To fly or rise very high or to a great height, often with great grace or ease.
Examples:
Soar in popularity. Soar to new heights. The bird soared through the sky, and its wings spread wide.
Conquer.
To bring under control by force or authority.
Examples:
Conquer fatal disease. Conquer the world. You must conquer your anxiety about driving.
Sequester.
To take temporary possession of someone's property until a debt is paid.
Examples:
Sequester 10% of the annual carbon emissions. Sequester myself from the world. He approved their requests to sequester the jury.
Shadowy.
Dark, dim, or vague, as if obscured by shadows, mysterious or uncertain.
Examples:
Shadowy doorway. Shadowy past. The shadowy figure in the corner of the room made me uneasy.
Hut.
A small, simple, and often crude shelter or dwelling, typically made of natural materials such as wood or mud.
Examples:
Shepherd's hut. Fishing hut. The little girl lived in a small hut in the woods with her family.
Glacier.
A slowly moving mass of ice formed from snow on mountains or near the North Pole or the South Pole.
Examples:
Glacier retreat. Glaciers moved tardily. The glaciers of the Ice Age have shaped fjord.
Mimic.
To imitate someone's speech, movement, or behavior, especially to make others laugh.
Examples:
Mimic a human voice. Mimic numerous instruments. He is very popular at school because he can mimic all the teachers' accents.
Gestation.
The state of being pregnant, the period during which an embryo or fetus develops, usually about 280 days in humans.
Examples:
extrauterine gestation, gestation time. The gestation period for elephants is 22 months.
Womb.
The organ of a woman or female mammal in which a baby develops before birth.
Examples:
tumor of womb, womb transplant. The fertilized egg implanted itself in the womb. Sunrise. The time in the morning when the sun first appears in the sky.
Examples:
beautiful sunrise, high technology sunrise industries. I got up early to watch the sunrise at the summit. Bathe. To wash or immerse oneself or another person in the water or a liquid, to expose a part of the body to a natural element, such as sunlight or air. Examples: bathe in the sea, bathe the baby. I always bathe my dog after she swims in the lake. Broth. A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews. Examples: chicken broth, remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor. Canard. A false or baseless rumor, story, or piece of information, a deliberately misleading or deceptive statement or report, the French word for duck. Examples: the canard about the dangers of vaccination. Political canard. The rumor about their breakup turned out to be a baseless canard. Savage. Extremely wild, ferocious, or uncivilized. Examples: reply in a savage voice. Savage attack. The animal was injured and became savage, attacking anyone who approached. Sentimental. Connected with or resulting from someone's emotions, rather than reason or realism. Examples: in a sentimental mood. Sentimental damage. Stop being sentimental and always speak the truth. Nostalgia. A sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past. Examples: a warm nostalgia. Nostalgia trip. The ice cream truck sound brought back nostalgia from my childhood. Swamp. An area of low-lying land that is flooded or saturated with water, often having a growth of natural vegetation. Examples: muddy swamp. Swamp tour. The lowland swamp was full of dangerous animals and poisonous plants. Mystique. An air of secrecy, intrigue, or mystery surrounding something or someone, a sense of fascination or aura of inexplicable attraction. Examples: Mystique surrounding. Celebrity mystique. The actress had a mystique about her that drew people to her.
Consciously.
With awareness, in a deliberate manner.
Examples:
Consciously aware of a problem. Act consciously. He consciously criticizes her in the publicity.
Profoundly.
To a great or complete degree, deeply.
Examples:
Profoundly insightful. Sleep profoundly. The novel affected her profoundly, causing her to question her beliefs and values.
Abode.
A place where one lives, a dwelling, a house, or other shelters.
Examples:
A temporary abode. Humble abode. The small cabin in the woods was his abode for many years.
Crooked.
Not straight or aligned, bent or curved to one side, not honest or fair, characterized by deception, fraud, or wrongdoing, irregular, uneven, or jagged in shape or form.
Examples:
Crooked smile. Crooked line. The table leg was crooked, causing all the cups to slide to one side.
Beak.
The hard and pointed or curved mouth of a bird.
Examples:
Sharp beak. A tip of the beak. The bird's beak evolves according to the type of prey it can take on the area.
Cannibal.
A person who eats the flesh or internal organs of other human beings, especially as a cultural or ritual practice.
Examples:
Cannibal tribe. Habitual cannibal. The horror movie portrayed a group of cannibals who hunted humans in the woods.
Ayahuasca.
A psychoactive brew or infusion made from a combination of plant-based ingredients, traditionally used by indigenous people in the Amazon region of South America for spiritual and healing purposes, which contains the psychedelic compound DMT, dimethyltryptamine, and is often consumed as part of a ritual or ceremony.
Examples:
Ayahuasca ceremony. Ayahuasca vine. Participants in the ceremony consumed ayahuasca to achieve spiritual enlightenment.
Psychoactive.
Producing an effect on mental processes, such as mood, perception, or behavior, capable of affecting the mind or emotions.
Examples:
Psychoactive medication. Psychoactive effects. Psychoactive substances can seriously affect the brain and must be used cautiously.
Repertoire.
The range or variety of skills, abilities, performances, or works that a person or group is capable of producing or performing. The entire body of works that is available to an individual or group to choose from when performing or producing something.
Examples:
Musical repertoire. Cooking repertoire. The chef's repertoire of dishes includes both classic and innovative recipes.
Elaboration.
The act of adding more details, information, or explanation to something, the development or expansion of an idea, plan, or project.
Examples.
Elaboration of details. Literary elaboration. The professor's elaboration helped the students better understand the concept.
Liana.
A long-stemmed, woody vine that trails or climbs by attaching itself to trees or other structures for support, typically found in tropical rainforests.
Examples.
Thick liana. Tropical liana. The adventurer swung through the jungle using the strong liana vines.
Harmaline.
A naturally occurring compound derived from plants of the Harmala genus, known for its psychoactive properties and used in traditional medicine and rituals.
Examples.
Harmaline alkaloid. Harmaline extract. Traditional healers have used harmaline-containing plants in rituals for centuries.
Hallucinogen.
A substance that produces hallucinations, i.e., perceptions of things that are not present or real, such as LSD, psilocybin, or mescaline.
Examples.
Hallucinogen effects. Take a hallucinogen. Psilocybin is a type of hallucinogen found in some mushrooms.
Vine.
A climbing plant that produces grapes, any plant with a growth habit of trailing or climbing stems.
Examples.
A green vine. Vine of war. A vine remains productive throughout the year.
Hazy.
Not clear due to a lack of recollection, comprehension, or detail, unsure or perplexed about something.
Examples.
Hazy dream. Hazy atmosphere. My recollections of the holiday were hazy.
Shrub.
A woody plant that is smaller than a tree and has several main stems emerging from the soil.
Examples.
Tree and shrubs. Small shrub. These are shrubs with no trunks that rarely grow taller than 3 meters.
Tryptophan.
An essential amino acid commonly found in dietary proteins, playing a crucial role in the synthesis of various biomolecules in living organisms.
Examples.
Essential tryptophan. Low tryptophan levels. Eating foods rich in tryptophan, like bananas, can promote a sense of relaxation.
Serotonin.
A neurotransmitter equals a chemical that carries nerve impulses involved in, example, sleep, emotion, and memory.
Examples.
Serotonin drug. Serotonin levels. The medicine works by boosting serotonin levels in the brain.
Snuff.
Finely ground tobacco that is inhaled through the nose as a form of tobacco use, a type of scented tobacco that is often used for aromatic purposes in candles or incense. Verb, to extinguish or put out.
Examples:
Snuff out the candle. Flavored snuff. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small silver snuff box.
Baroque.
Of or relating to an ornate and elaborate style of art, architecture, and music that flourished in Europe in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, characterized by a sense of grandeur and drama.
Examples:
Baroque music. Baroque architecture. The ornate architecture of the palace is a perfect example of the Baroque style.
Electrify.
To make a machine or system work by using electricity, to make someone extremely enthusiastic about or interested in something.
Examples:
Electrify the audience. Electrify a manufacturing process. The product developed through years of research continues to electrify the market.
Dissolution.
The act of breaking up or dissolving something, often referring to a contract, a relationship, or a substance, the process of disintegrating or decomposing over time, the ending or termination of a group or organization.
Examples:
Dissolution of a company. Dissolution of the sugar. The dissolution of the partnership was a difficult and emotional process.
Psychedelic.
Relating to or characterized by the use of drugs or the effects that produce altered perceptions, heightened awareness, and vivid imagery, describing art, music, or fashion characterized by bright colors, bold patterns, and unconventional designs.
Examples:
Psychedelic therapy. Psychedelic art. The Beatles' psychedelic music was a hallmark of the 1960s counterculture movement.
Mushroom.
A type of fungus that grows on dead or decaying organic matter and typically has a stalk and an umbrella-shaped cap.
Examples:
Mushroom spores. Mushroom cultivation. The mushroom risotto was delicious, but I couldn't identify all the mushrooms in it.
Classify.
To categorize or group something according to a system or set of criteria. To assign something to a particular class or category based on its characteristics or properties.
Examples:
Classify images. Classify emails into folders. I need to classify these documents for the upcoming audit.
Hallucinate.
To experience a seemingly real perception of something that does not actually exist, usually as a result of a mental illness or drug use.
Examples:
Start to hallucinate. Hallucinate with drug. Sleep-deprived people gradually lose their concentration and may hallucinate.
Manumine.
A molecule containing one amine group, especially one that is a neurotransmitter, equals a chemical that carries nerve impulses.
Examples:
Monoamine uptake. Inhibitor of monoamine oxidase. Monoamines play a functionally important role in neurotransmission.
Oxidant.
A substance that causes oxidation, or the loss of electrons, in another substance, a reactive molecule or compound that can damage cells and tissues by causing oxidative stress.
Examples:
Oxidant stress. Natural oxidant. Breathing in large amounts of oxidants, like ozone, can harm the respiratory system.
Potentiate.
To increase the effect, likelihood, or power of something, such as a drug or a physiological or biochemical phenomenon.
Examples:
Potentiate the drug. Potentiate the immune response. The author's war and suffering experience potentiates this novel's reality.
Morphology.
The study of the form and structure of plants, animals, and other organisms. The study of the alteration of word forms as they change from one part of speech to another.
Examples:
Morphology of a language. Cellular morphology. The morphology of rocks can reveal clues about their geological history.
Biochemical.
Relating to the chemical processes and substances that occur within living organisms.
Examples:
Biochemical reaction. Complex biochemical. Biochemical research is essential to understanding the complex chemical reactions in living organisms.
Euphemism.
A mild or indirect word or expression used in place of one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing.
Examples:
Genteel euphemism. A euphemism for death. The company used the euphemism downsizing to describe the layoffs of hundreds of employees.
Meaningless.
Having no meaning, direction, or purpose.
Examples:
A meaningless endeavor. Do a meaningless task. This experiment's results are meaningless because the other conditions are not identical.
Referable.
Capable of being referred to or attributed to something, suitable for being directed or ascribed to a particular source or cause.
Examples:
Referable to the successful campaign. Referable evidence. The symptoms were referable to a vitamin deficiency in the patient's diet.
Taxonomy.
The classification or scientific study of organisms, including their relationships to each other, based on shared characteristics and traits, a system of organizing and categorizing information in a particular field or subject area.
Examples:
Taxonomy system. Biological taxonomy. The taxonomy of insects is incredibly complex due to the huge number of species.
Stamen.
The male reproductive organ of a flower, usually consisting of a filament and an anther, which supports the anther, which contains the pollen grains necessary for fertilization.
Examples:
Flower stamen, stamen tip. Students sketched the stamen arrangement of the lily during their botany class.
Quaint.
Attractively or charmingly old-fashioned or unusual, often used to describe something with a pleasingly unusual or quirky appearance or manner.
Examples:
Quaint village, quaint cottage. The quaint old town was full of historic buildings and charming shops.
Buggy.
A small, lightweight car, usually with no roof, especially drawn by a single horse. Adjective, infested with bugs.
Examples:
Baby buggy, buggy update. This Middle Eastern resort offers dune buggy tours through the desert.
Destine.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples:
Destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.
Egregious.
Outstandingly bad or shocking, conspicuously or outrageously bad or reprehensible.
Examples:
Egregious claim, an egregious error. It was an egregious mistake and caused significant harm to the company's reputation.
Deforestation.
The act of cutting down or burning trees in a large area.
Examples:
Deforestation of the tropics. The lowest deforestation rate. Large-scale deforestation also has a significant impact on marine ecosystems in the area.
Nomadic.
Moving from one location to another rather than staying in one place all of the time.
Examples:
Nomadic life. Nomadic herdsman. This desert is the territory of nomadic tribes.
Servitude.
The state of being a slave or being subject to someone else's control or domination, a condition of subjugation or subservience.
Examples:
Servitude system. Mental servitude. The practice of forcing people into servitude is now illegal in many countries.
Prostitute.
A person, typically a woman, who engages in sexual activity in exchange for payment.
Examples:
Prostitute street. A male prostitute. She turned to prostitute to make ends meet.
Silt.
Fine particles of soil, sediment, or rock that are carried and deposited by water, often found at the bottom of bodies of water, a soil or sediment with a high concentration of such particles.
Examples:
Silt sediment, silt deposition. The silt from the construction site had clogged the nearby drainage system.
Freighter.
A ship, aircraft, or other vehicle used for transporting cargo or goods in bulk.
Examples:
Freighter ship, bulk freighter. The freighter crew worked around the clock to unload the cargo at the port.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
Condemn violence, condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Overland.
Relating to or traveling across land rather than by sea or air, denoting a trade route or a travel route that takes place over land.
Examples:
Overland journey, overland transportation. The overland route through the mountains was treacherous and required an experienced guide.
Cadre.
A group of trained and committed members of an organization or movement.
Examples:
Elite cadre, cadre of leaders. The cadre of experienced soldiers led the attack.
Ascribe.
To attribute something to a particular cause or source.
Examples:
Ascribe everything to nature. Ascribe my failure to bad luck. The project's success was ascribed to the team's hard work.
Incarcerate.
To put or keep somebody in prison or in a place from which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Incarcerate the murderer. Incarcerate her for life. He was incarcerated for the duration of the war.
Smuggle.
To import or export something or someone without paying appropriate customs duties, often illegally.
Examples:
Smuggle drugs. Smuggle herself out of a country. He was able to smuggle a gun inside the prison.
Inadvertently.
Unintentionally, accidentally, without purpose or deliberate intent.
Examples:
Inadvertently deleted. Inadvertently omitted. I inadvertently left my phone at home this morning and felt lost.
Step.
A vast, wide, and usually treeless plain, typically found in semi-arid or arid regions, characterized by fertile soil and grassy vegetation, often used for grazing livestock. An expansive and open grassland ecosystem found in Eurasia and North America.
Examples:
Steppe climate. Barren steppe. The nomadic tribes set up camp on the vast steppe.
Transgression.
The violation of a law, duty, or moral principle.
Examples:
Inexcusable transgression. Commit a transgression. Reporters questioned the politician about his past transgression.
Monochromatic.
Having only one color or consisting of shades of the same color, lacking in variety or diversity.
Examples:
Monochromatic color scheme. Monochromatic design. The artist created a beautiful monochromatic painting that showcased different shades of blue.
Monotony.
A situation in which something unchanging and boring.
Examples:
The monotony of the daily routine. Break the monotony. The monotony of the assembly line work made the days feel very long.
Chromatic.
Relating to or characterized by color or colors, pertaining to the complete range of colors, involving changes in pitch or musical tonality.
Examples:
Chromatic scale. Chromatic aberration. The artist used a chromatic palette to create a vibrant and lively painting.
Mead.
An alcoholic beverage made by fermenting honey and water, often with the addition of spices, fruits, or grains.
Examples:
Honey mead. Mead brewing. The mead at the Renaissance fair was delicious.
Bland.
Lacking in strong flavor, character, or interest, unremarkable or unexciting.
Examples:
Make a bland reply. Bland novel. The dinner was rather bland and in need of some seasoning.
Amorphous.
Without a definite or clear shape or form, lacking a specific structure or organization, shapeless or formless.
Examples:
Amorphous amoeba. Amorphous mass. The clouded jellyfish has an amorphous shape, making it difficult to identify.
Multimodal.
Involving or using several ways of communication or expression.
Examples:
Multimodal input device. Multimodal approach. The multimodal transportation system included trains, buses, and bikes.
Neolithic.
Also called New Stone Age, the period of human history that followed the end of the last ice age and that is characterized by the development of agriculture and the use of polished stone tools.
Examples:
The Neolithic Age. Neolithic society. The Neolithic village was located near a river.
Succumb.
To fail to oppose something, such as desire, pressure, or some other opposing force, to die or suffer badly from the effect of a disease or injury.
Examples:
Succumb to cancer. Succumb to old age. He finally succumbed to temptation.
Ensue.
To happen or follow as a result or consequence of something.
Examples:
Ensue within a few years. Predict what will ensue. A power outage ensued after the storm knocked out the electricity.
Rediscover.
To discover or find again something that was previously known but lost.
Examples:
Rediscover a value. Rediscover an old truth. The painting was rediscovered in an attic and turned out to be a long-lost masterpiece.
Flourish.
To grow or develop vigorously or successfully.
Examples:
Flourish economically. Flourish worldwide. The Ottoman Empire flourished for over 5 centuries.
Optimism.
A feeling or the belief that good things will happen, or the quality of being full of hope and emphasizing the positive aspects of a situation.
Examples:
Sense of optimism. Political optimism. There is considerable optimism that the economy will recover soon.
Narwhal.
A medium-sized toothed whale found in Arctic waters, known for its long spiral tusk that is actually a protruding canine tooth.
Examples:
Narwhal habitat. Narwhal migration. The narwhal's tusk is an iconic feature of this Arctic whale.
Marvelous.
Causing wonder or astonishment, excellent.
Examples:
Marvelous performance. Marvelous power. The view from the top of the mountain was marvelous.
Sled.
A vehicle used for traveling over snow or ice, typically consisting of a flat-bottomed frame mounted on runners, sometimes pulled by dogs or horses.
Examples:
Pull a sled. Sled dog. We used a sled to slide down the hill in the snow.
Caribou.
A large North American deer that is found in Arctic and subarctic regions.
Examples:
Caribou herd. Reintroduce caribou. Caribou migrate long distances across the tundra in search of food.
Intimidate.
To make someone fearful or uneasy so that they will do something that you want them to do.
Examples:
Intimidate an opponent. Effectively intimidate a thief. The boss tried to intimidate his subordinate with threats.
Arctic.
Of or relating to the region around the North Pole or the Arctic Ocean, very cold.
Examples:
Arctic ice. High Arctic. Cold temperatures and long, dark winters characterize the Arctic climate.
Blizzard.
A severe snowstorm that is accompanied by strong winds and low temperatures, often leading to very limited visibility and dangerous travel conditions.
Examples:
Blizzard warning. Heavy blizzard. The city declared a snow emergency and warned residents to stay off the streets during the blizzard.
Trousers.
A pair of leg coverings that extends from the waist to the ankles, covering each leg separately, often referred to as pants.
Examples:
Work trousers. Denim trousers. He wore black trousers and a white shirt to the job interview.
Defecate.
To excrete waste material from the body through the anus, to pass feces.
Examples:
Cause an impulse to defecate. Defecate out in the open. It is important to clean up after your pet when they defecate in public areas.
Feces.
Waste matter eliminated from the bowels, excrement.
Examples:
Feces sample. Human feces. Proper disposal of feces is essential for maintaining public health and sanitation.
Saliva.
The clear liquid that is secreted into the mouth by glands in the walls of the mouth and throat, helping to lubricate food during chewing and digestion.
Examples:
Dog saliva. Dry mouth with little saliva. The dentist asked him to spit out the excess saliva into the sink.
Butcher.
A person who prepares and sells meat, especially at a retail shop. A person who kills or slaughters animals, especially for food. A person who engages in the relentless or brutal treatment of others.
Examples:
Butcher knife. Local butcher. He's a vegetarian and was shocked to see so much meat in the butcher shop.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Rib cage.
The bony structure in the chest that protects the heart and lungs, composed of 12 pairs of curved bones called ribs that are joined to the spine in the back and the breastbone, sternum, in the front.
Examples:
Ribcage pain. Ribcage injury. After the accident, the doctors found multiple fractures in his ribcage and advised him complete rest.
Flow.
A sheet of floating ice detached from a larger glacier or ice sheet.
Examples:
Floating flow. Melting flow. The ship had to navigate around a large ice floe in the Arctic Ocean.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
A hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Restitution.
The act of restoring something that has been lost or stolen to its rightful owner, compensation or reimbursement for loss or damage suffered by someone.
Examples:
restitution of stolen goods, restitution for damages. The judge ordered the defendant to pay full restitution to the victims of the crime.
Polemics.
The art, practice, or study of engaging in controversial debates or arguments, the art of effectively arguing or defending a particular point of view.
Examples:
controversial polemics, academic polemics. The church leader's sermon was filled with polemics against the vice of greed and materialism.
Persuasive.
Tending to make you want to do or believe a particular thing, convincing.
Examples:
persuasive advertising, persuasive speaker. He made a persuasive argument for the new policy.
Storytelling.
The act or art of narrating or writing stories.
Examples:
storytelling performance, courtroom storytelling. She was skilled in storytelling techniques, such as using different voices for other characters.
Dazzle.
To cause someone to lose clear vision temporarily, especially from bright light, to amaze or bewilder somebody with your brilliant wit, intellect, beauty, skill, etc.
Examples:
dazzle his eyes, dazzle all who see it. The audience was dazzled by her realistic acting.
Multicultural.
Relating to or characterized by several cultures, equals beliefs, languages, customs, traditions, etc.
Examples:
multicultural society, multicultural education. The school is known for its multicultural student body.
Pluralistic.
A society or system composed of multiple diverse groups or elements.
Examples:
pluralistic society, pluralistic democracy. The city is known for its pluralistic culture, with people from different ethnicities and backgrounds living together.